Hello and welcome to Community Chats. I'm your host, Ali Hammer, and today we're joined with Oliver Skelton, the head of product at DocMX. Oliver, thank you so much for being here today. Can you start by telling our viewers a little bit about DocMX?
Hi, Ali. Well, thanks for having us to start off with. I'll be glad to tell you a little bit about DocMX. We're an easy-to-use and affordable intelligent document management solution. And we focus generally with all industry sectors, but mainly travel and hospitality. And we work with various large hospitality groups. Our core drivers is to reduce costs within an organization and to save people's time, whether that be by digitization or looking at means of automating certain processes. And DocMX, really what we try to deliver to customers is four key areas. One is operational excellence. So we're trying to really strive and get best practices within a process within the organization. Accessibility, a bit of an odd one, but we're just trying to make sure that people can access information at any time, anywhere. Governance and compliance. So just ensuring that when they are following these processes, that they are doing it in a correct manner and accordance to what their actual policies are within the organization. And finally, we're looking at sustainability. So it used to be a really big thing. Lots of people once, really strive for it. It sort of dipped off a little bit, but I believe it's still there. And we're really looking to reduce paper, reduce printing, and just save on any energy consumption.
Wow, I mean, it's always interesting to hear how businesses, and particularly DocMX, is helping, businesses lower their costs. So that's perfect. So as a company seeking to reinvent hospitality and hotels, can you share with us how being a member of the AWS competency program has benefited both your business and also your customers?
Certainly. So I guess the first part is it's not really straightforward to get a competency. It's not easy. You have to go through a rigorous technical evaluation. You have to show successful implementations. You've got to make sure that you've got happy customers. So, first of all, and one of the main important things is you even get a trophy, which I never let leave by my side. There it is.
Wow.
Can you see that? Yeah, there we go. We got one of those for being reinvented.
What does that weigh?
It's a lot. It's almost a tree. One of our things is to reduce chopping trees down, but that's a sizable bit of tree there. So what we try to do is, what we've tried to get from that competency is, one of the things is, allowing our customers and new clients to really see us as a trusted partner. Because like I mentioned, it's not an easy thing to get. What that does really mean from our perspective is that the customers can have confidence in what we do from a technical part, but also that we've been in these situations before, we know what problems you've got, and that we can actually go ahead and solve those issues. And the other part to it really is what I think the competency has given us is really allowed us to get into the Amazon network. So we're now meeting and reaching people that we just never thought we'd reach before. We're getting introduced to key stakeholders in different organizations, especially in travel and hospitality. And we just got that reach that we simply didn't never have before. So the competency in that regard has been really, really beneficial.
Oh, that's so awesome to hear. And Oliver, would you be able to provide any real life examples of how DocMX has been able to use the cloud to deliver results to your customers?
Oh, we've got various examples, and I'll be glad to share it with everybody. I guess the key ones for us are sort of how we get to share resources within the hospitality. So one of the big key areas we've got at the moment is COVID-19, obviously. And what that means for hospitality, many organizations, is you may not have that headcount that you once had. So how can we really make that efficiency for all the staff members to do more with less? So one of the key things that we do is really look at job sharing, and especially with hospitality, we've got lots of groups and owners who have multiple properties, for example, but do we really need one person to do one job in one property? Or could we in some way allow them to job share so that one person can maybe manage 3 properties? And that can delve into, shared service centers and just sort of complex in between properties. So one of the examples that we really look to do is just how can we get that efficiency and have that sort of virtual office sitting over multiple properties to get that efficiency and reduce the amount of people that need to be doing an actual task. But on the other side as well, from an automation perspective, it's just how can we ensure that people aren't doing small tasks that really just waste a lot of people's time, especially key members like directors of finance, and really make sure that they're spending as minimal time on administration as possible and looking at more areas where they can do revenue generating jobs. And then I guess the other side, another example I'd just like to throw in here as well, is just that automation side. One of the things we do, we look at lots of processes, a process that's in pretty much every organization, accounts payable, we do supplier invoices, And we've introduced Amazon Textract this year into our solution. And to be honest, I've been working with various OCR engines for the last 20 years from all the major OCR engines. And when Amazon Textract first came out, I had a bit of a play with it, or we had a bit of a play with it, the team, and it was, it was sort of on par with what was out there. But we engaged with Amazon Textract teams this year, and we was absolutely astounded by how much it's progressed and really how it's leapfrogged some of the other OCR engines. And that's something that we've been able to plug into our system. So even from just invoice capturing, three-way matching, and from that acquisition side into the financial system, hotels now are reaping the rewards of that technology just by us simply plugging it in the back end.
It's really great to hear how the hotel industry can benefit from the cloud. You wouldn't typically think that. We just can't wait to see what the future holds. But Oliver, can you share with us any exciting future projects that you guys have in the pipeline?
Yeah, I mean, there's always exciting things happening here at DocMX. So, if this video can only last so long, but, some of the few extra items, Amazon Textract, we're definitely looking into other documents and capturing areas we can look in different processes, whether it be guest registrations, tax invoice, like guest invoices. What we're sort of leaning towards now is more guest-facing technology. It's a case of if you sign into a property, for example, you often get a guest registration where you have to sign on a piece of paper. Well, we're moving that now to digital. So that will be on a device like an iPad or an Android tablet. And then you just sign digitally. And again, that helps with COVID-19. We sort of want that touchless interaction when checking into properties. So yeah, I think moving forwards, we've certainly helped many properties and organizations with the administration side of their property, but now we're sort of also looking at that guest-facing technology and sort of seeing how we can help them as well.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, my brain was ticking along thinking of chiropractors, physios, daycare, schools, like so many things that you can expand this to beyond just, the hotel industry. So super exciting.
100%. 100%.
Finally, to kick off, in 2021, we are trying to inject a really positive mindset. So for those who are looking for some positive inspiration, we're asking all our interviewees this month, what's your top tip for creating a fun working culture within your business? Because I know with COVID, I can see you're sitting there in your house. It's pretty awkward. You don't have your friends and colleagues around you. How do you keep it fun?
How do you keep it fun? That's a great question. For a start, you shouldn't have fun at work. It should just be all work.
Oh, sorry.
No,
yes.
I'm only kidding. But yeah, set aside, I've actually would switch that question around a little bit, and is how to stop it being boring.
Yeah.
And I think that's the trick, really. It's not a case of how can we inject fun into people's jobs, but really just with working at home. We've been working at home for 9 months now in Melbourne. We're sort of just getting some relief. One thing that will be fun this month is we'll have our Christmas party, which we didn't have last year. So that's going to be a bit of fun. But yeah, I think it's just a case of try and make things not boring. And when I say that, keep meetings short, keep your Zoom calls short, try and not have a Zoom call if you don't need one. Have an energizing session in the middle of a conference call, or start with a joke or end with a joke, but yeah, just how do we keep things less boring would be my tip. And have a think about that yourselves.
Yeah, I love it. Some things sprung to mind. I think you could do step challenges. You could wear funny masks to spice things up one day.
Absolutely.
Well, Oliver, thank you so much. I actually didn't know too much about DocMX, but it sounds really interesting and I've learned so much today. So thank you. And to all our viewers, we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.